Good morning, class. This week we'll be learning about early American Indian cultures. We're starting off with the Arctic Indians. Your learning objectives for this week will be how to locate the Arctic region on a map, and also where they lived, what they wore, what they ate, and how they traveled. So, where were they from? The Arctic Indians are, of course, from the Arctic region of the United States, which is way up north. It's kind of bordering Canada. And of course, the Arctic, if you can tell from this picture, this little guy is wearing a really woolly jacket. So they are from a really cold, icy area. They lived mostly in a cold, frigid landscape with little vegetation. So what that means is they didn't have any type of farmland to grow any crops or anything like that. So for shelter, they kind of had to rely on their surroundings. So they either built igloos or any other shelter from ice and snow. During the warmer months, they would make them from animal hides to keep them warm. Due to the general lack of vegetation, they had to depend on land animals to eat. They would eat caribou, seal, walrus, fox, rabbit, marine mammals such as whales and seals. That was a large part of their diet and clothing. They would also fish because they were surrounded by oceans. What did they wear? Because of the cold climate in their region, their clothing had to be warm and protective. They would make clothing from caribou and whale skin. They would line it with fur from polar bears or foxes or rabbits. That would keep them warm. The impact they made, the Inuit people, the Inuit was kind of like what their tribe was called. They invented things to make their lives easier for in the snow and the ice. They invented the little snowshoes and the snow goggles, which are still used today. Snowshoes aren't used really as much, but definitely the snow goggles, especially like when you see people snowboarding or anything like that. How did they travel? Of course, they had to travel by boats or canoes because they were around oceans, like I said, or the sleds would help them get through the snow. So, after we review that PowerPoint, we have our activity. Our activity will be this little Kahoot that I made. I will give you guys the pen, and then we can just put in our nickname. And it's about Arctic Indians. And you can just play it. It says the Arctic people built blank from snow and ice. So, of course, they would build igloos from snow and ice. And then the Arctic people hunted caribou, seal, walrus, blank, fox, and rabbit. So, of course, it would be whale. And it's just going to give you different questions that we went over in the PowerPoint to help you practice getting to know the Arctic region a little more.